the hair tie to track down Zoe. Meanwhile, Zoe rushes to give the medicine to Lily. On her way back to her room, Max finally sees her and starts following her, but he freezes when he sees Baka getting to her first. The couple chats and shares a kiss, which makes Max furious with jealousy. At the same time, in the maintenance room, Lily's father hears a noise in the vents and thinks it's a rat. He climbs into the vents and is found by Max, who immediately attacks him. Moments later, Lily's mother Wendy comes looking for her husband and sees the blood on the vent lid. When she opens it, her husband's body falls out and she screams before running away. Unfortunately, Max follows her and throws her against the lockers before dragging her away by the leg. Meanwhile, Zoe checks on Lily, who is feeling better. Max gets back in the vents and watches this, waiting. When Zoe leaves the room, Max comes out and blocks her way. Zoe immediately starts running and manages to activate the intruder alarm before Max corners her against a locked door. He pulls up his sleeve to show her name, making Zoe finally realize who he is. Then Max pushes her against the door yet doesn't bite her, he just gets handsy. At that moment, some soldiers show up and open fire, bringing Max down. Zoe suddenly acts as a shield and asks them not to kill him because Max is alive and intelligent, so he's the clue she needs for her research. Baka throws a net at him and with the help of his teammates they chain Max up in the lab. When Miguel learns about this, he immediately starts scolding, so Zoe proves this is a breakthrough by offering her arm to Max, who doesn't bite her. Zoe is sure something in his brain is still working and could help her produce a vaccine. Miguel still doesn't buy it, but Frank's girlfriend overheard this and asks him to keep the rotter so Frank's death wasn't in vain. A reluctant Miguel lets Zoe keep Max but orders the soldiers to shoot at the tiniest sign of trouble. Sometime later, Elise and Zoe are looking at some scans of Max's vitals and discover that certain parts of his body are dead, but his heart, eyes, and brain still retain human function. To understand why, they need a blood sample. Elise keeps her gun up while Zoe approaches Max pretending to flirt and takes the sample while he licks her face and says her name. Later that day, Baka checks on Zoe and makes Max even angrier. Zoe explains Max's blood has a high level